I think the Doors were about reality, okay, okay, there was the hippies and the flower power and all that stuff, but then, there's always an opposite side of that.
The Doors were the yang to the yin of the flower power era. We weren't about flower power. This band was about personal power. It was about who can you be? And they provoked and made everybody examine that in ways nobody else did.
Take the highway to the end of the night, end of the night, end of the night.
This all came from Jim's lyrics. I took a journey to the bright midnight, end of the night. Some are born to realms of bliss, some are born to sweet delight, some are born to the end of the night, which was Jim,
The mood I get from most of it is kind of a heavy, kind of sort of gloomy feeling, like of someone not quite at home.
Jim had things that he went through, and when I first met him, he was doing psychedelics, and typically did 100 times what anybody else did to see how far he could get with the psychedelic, and then he was done with that. Jim was not really a drug user. He'd smoke a joint now and then, but he had no pattern except he liked to drink.
The one thing I always knew about Jim was he was going to test every limit that anybody put out there. Crash the car drunk into a police car and see if I can get away with it. And he did.
It was difficult, many times I said, why can't he just be a regular guy? You can still write great songs and not be so crazy and, go and do these weird things. But then again, I knew that, no, you can't. And guys like that are the ones that they kind of set the boundaries for the rest of us,
I'd like to do a song that, or a piece of music that's just a pure expression of joy, like a celebration of existence, like the coming of spring or the sun rising or something like that. Just pure, unbounded joy. I don't think we've really done that yet.
Because you're a star, any behavior is forgiven. And it's the ultimate indulgence. And that indulgence, of course, sent him off at 27 and a half, up into the ether.
End of the night, end of the night, end of the night. Time to live, time to lie, time to laugh, time to die. Take it easy, baby. Take it as it comes. Don't move too fast, and you want your love to last. Are you been moving, must you, babe? Time to walk, time to run, time to aim your arrows at the sun. Take it easy, baby, take it as it comes. Don't move too fast, and you want your love to last. Are you been moving, must you, baby? Go real slow, you like it more and more. Take it as it comes. specialize in having fun. Take it easy, baby. Take it as it comes. Don't move too fast. Hey, you want your love to last. Are you been moving much too fast? Moving much too fast. Moving much too fast. Well, she's fashionably lean, and she's fashionably late. She'll never rank a scene, she'll never break a day. But she's no drag, just watch the way she walks. She's a 20th century fox. She's a 20th century fox. No tears, no fears, no ruin years, no clocks. She's a 20th century fox. Oh, yeah. She's the queen of cool, and she's the lady who waits. Sets her mind, let's school. It never hesitates. She won't waste time on elementary talk. 'Cause she's a 20th century fox. She's a 20th century fox. Got the world locked up inside a plastic box. She's a 20th century fox. 20th century fox. 20th century fox. She's a 20th century fox. Take the highway to the end of the night, end of the night, end of the night. Take a journey to the bright midnight, end of the night, end of the night. Realms of bliss, realms of light. Some are born to sweet delight. Some are born to sweet delight. Some are born to the endless night. End of the night. End of the night. End of the night. End of the night.
When we finished this album, we all knew we had made a really good record. Whether we knew that of the impact that it was going to make or the success, nobody knew.
Those albums that are classic albums are albums that are perfect. By perfect, I mean you wouldn't want to change a thing.
You know, it doesn't even come down now to the fact that it is a near perfect piece of work all on one disc. It is also because of context. It's also just because of where it stood, where it stands in the history of rock music.
The Doors' music 40 years later is still incredibly powerful to any person that's beginning to think about life as an individual as opposed to the product of their parents.
That music launches you on a journey, and if you've got your ears open and your heart open, you'll go on that journey.
The songs are more inquiries into the psyche, perception, and where you see a wall, we see a door.
I know one thing, my kids, as they grow up, I'm going to hand them this record and I'm going to say, you've got to check this record out. This was so important to music.
The stuff we were writing about, like Jim always said, write about universal stuff that, maybe 100 years from now people will still dig it,
Jim always said our music is primeval. It comes from the primeval swamp.
There's magic on the record. I don't know. It's hard to define. Magic comes through you. You don't own it. So the muse was hanging around, and I'm grateful.
This is